Every woman hates hearing these comments from a man. What do you do when you're the last person at a party and everyone else has already left? That time when you were holding a warm beer and looking at empty pizza boxes, knowing you had been left without notice. A lot of men feel alone every day when she's close to them. I'll give you the verbal nuclear codes so you can fix this scenario immediately. This is the thing. Most of you will be too scared to say these things since they hurt women's feelings. That's why you'll never get out of your sad loop. I've seen it a lot. A man who is sure of himself and doesn't need anybody else starts a relationship. 6 months later, he asks if he can see his friends. He says he's sorry for breathing loudly a year later. For 2 years, he loses track of himself in front of her. She completely changed him, and the saddest part is that he thinks it's love. He thinks this is perpetual eggshelling, needing her approval and being too controlling. He believes that this is how partnerships should be. Please let me clarify. You ruin the relationship every time she tries you and you fail, pushes you and you yield, or threatens you and you plead. Your boring answers are making her less attractive. You need to be stronger than her DNA, in addition to feminist philosophy and modern relationship advice. Every piece of proof you provide her that you're not her lover makes her love you less, not just a crown of symbols. She reveals it in the way she walks, talks to you, and looks at you, or through you. You're not there, like your furniture that brings you money and recognition from time to time. As that crown grows, she sees you as less than human, which makes you a servant in her kingdom. You might have heard of the crap test problem. Women are always testing men to determine if they're strong, yet this makes most men weaker. Like erosion. Every test breaks down your backbone until you're just a shell that says yes to everything, dear. The kicker. Because of that, she hates you. She hates how weak you are, even though her exams made you weaker. She hates that you failed, even if she did it. She hates you even though she made you. Do you know what happens when you wait in line at the DMV for 3 hours? Bad luck becomes a normal part of life. That's exactly what happens in relationships. Men think that endless testing, manipulation, and drama are normal. They believe that every man goes through this. They witness how other people treat each other and think that every male gets the same treatment when no one is watching. Not right. Not at all right. Some guys figured it out. A few guys learned the phrases that terminated this. Let's talk about weapons. The first thing that really hurts a woman's ego is telling her she's normal. Not in a mean way. Not mad. But in a neutral way. When we first met, I thought you were unusual. Unique. You're just like all the other women I've met. Still not sure. The same. Games. Same story. You are incredibly easy to read. This hurts women a lot because every woman feels she's exceptional. She is not like the other gals. She is one of a kind. She is different. She's one of a kind in your life. When you casually tell her that she's just another actress playing the same old role and reading the same script that every other woman uses, it fractures something basic in how she sees herself. This happened in front of a restaurant, fighting between a couple. She says he doesn't appreciate how unique she is, how he doesn't notice how special she is. This guy at the lake says, "Special? What you do is much like what my ex did. By word. Like you share a playbook." She didn't say anything. Not quiet. No sound. It was like her brain couldn't take in what had happened. Because someone showed her via a mirror that she wasn't the main character in her own movie. Everyone else had her as an extra. The second weapon, and maybe the most potent, is not doing anything about her leaving. She says she will go. Please keep the door open. She says she needs space. I have plans, so take your time. She says her ex sends her texts. That's nice. Maybe you two can work things out. Every threat she makes you think you might lose her. When you agree with her leaving and want her to go, her world falls apart. She believes she has a royal flush at poker, but you showed her that you weren't playing the same game. Someone tried the usual trick and got this. I think you should see other people. You know what this is usually? She wants you to fight for her, show her how much you care, and tell her to think about it again. He said, "That's a great idea. I've been wanting to ask someone out. Thanks for making it easier." What did she look like? Worthless. She stammered to take it back, saying she was just checking to see if he was interested. A woman's third crown breaker is her sexual self-image. Every woman thinks that her sexuality is her greatest strength. This is her secret weapon, the one thing that makes her valuable in your life. When you suggest she's average, or even below average, Sexually in a casual, even dismissive way, her ego goes through the roof. Don't be rude. You don't want to hurt. As a simple remark. I've had more heated relationships, but our physical relationship has always been good. Not everyone can do well there. You move on after talking about the weather. See what happens. Her answer is taking a long time. When you took her ultimate weapon and dubbed it a toy gun, she'll be quiet while she thinks about what happened. You told her that her strongest card was a 2 of clubs. You may avoid or explain away other insults, but this one sticks because every woman is afraid of being boring in bed. Most guys get this wrong. They think about these attacks. They're not. There are answers. These antibiotics work on relationships that have been messed with. You don't use antibiotics when you're well. Don't use these weapons while things are good. You use them when she's employing threats, emotional terrorism, and other forms of manipulation to control you. No one talks about the comparison game. Women are often thinking about their relationships. After watching their friend's partner buy expensive gifts, they think you're not romantic. They observe a couple on social media and lose interest in your relationship. When you switch the comparison, this destroys them. Jake's girlfriend never says anything bad about boys' nights. Sarah never threatens to leave when they disagree. I could have picked the wrong woman. Notice how quickly she stops comparing when it doesn't help. The agreement tactic completely messes with women's minds. She says things to harm you and make you feel bad. Maybe I should find someone who likes me. The answer from the weak man. Thank you, baby. Please stay. The strong man's answer. Do you know what? You are right. You deserve someone happy, not me. Come pack with me. She claims you're not a man. I agree. You're right. Real men wouldn't let this happen. Thanks for noticing. She says the spark is gone. I feel the same way. We should probably end before we waste one another's time. Women's attacks aren't often pronouncements, so agreement works. Tests that seem like declarations. Instead of defending, agreeing breaches the test framework. It's like turning away from a punch because you think they would resist and letting them fall into their own momentum. You probably know about this. The video became popular on social media. Woman openly calling her partner unhappy, weak, and not what she thought he was. This person agrees with you and says, "You're right. I feel bad for having to go through this." That is no longer the case. He departed without saying anything. She was left at the mall. Women claimed he was awful for leaving her, while men said it was the first time they'd seen someone handle it nicely, something more that hurts women's self-esteem, showing how happy you are without her. She leaves thinking you'll break, yet you do well. Don't chase, don't call. You miss her without sending her long texts. Live instead. You also live better. You're doing all the childish things she told you not to do. Look at the friends she said were bad for her. She claimed that your hobbies were a waste of time. She felt you would be punished for not being there. It turns into your holiday. She thought she was the sun in your solar system, but she knows she was just clouds blocking your light. Psychologists claim this leads to an existential crisis. She thought she was worth something because she made you happy, but you showed her that she wasn't. You may have heard that this trend is almost scientifically predictable. Women leave without warning, expecting males to follow. No man runs after. Posts real pictures of himself having fun. He has to help a woman who needs it. The man doesn't answer. Woman arrives to his house to get things she doesn't need. The man is polite but not too close. Now the woman wants to talk about us all the time. What occurs when you understand female psychology? You find out they're playing a game they don't know they're playing. Not on purpose, but instinctive. Like birds making nests or spiders spinning webs. They set up complicated emotional traps because that's just how they are, not because they're bad. Don't get furious at women for testing, just like you wouldn't get mad at a scorpion for stinging. This is the difference. Women don't want you to get stung, unlike scorpions. They want you to be smart, strong, and aware enough to stay away from it. Every test is a hidden request. Be strong so I don't have to be. Every action is a prayer. Please see through this so that I can respect you. Researchers in Stockholm looked at couples who were having a fight. When men stayed calm when women had emotional outbursts, their stress levels dropped faster than when men tried to comfort them. Think about it. If you don't pay attention to her noise, her body will quiet down. Finally, a man who won't break tells her body, what is the most powerful position in any relationship? Not loving more or less, but requiring less. You are irreplaceable when you don't need her approval, affirmation, or presence to feel whole. All of her past friends needed something from her, but you don't. I've seen men believe that being weak will make them closer to their woman. They cry about their difficulties, worries, and doubts. What happens? She loses interest faster than ice in hell. Not because women are mean, but because you showed her that the protector needs protection. The rock she wanted to lie on was made of sand. This happened to someone who informed his girlfriend how sad he was. She texted her ex back after 2 weeks. She was gone in a month. After that, she told a friend, "I couldn't see him as a male." Is that harsh? Yes. What is real? Yes, that's right. No women want to be therapists. Their perfect companion can break down when they need to. What happens when you are really good at not caring? Something incredible. She wants to make you happy. She wants you to like her. For the first time in years, she works hard. Why? For the first time in the relationship, she doesn't trust you. Now she has something to lose. This is the first time you're a prize, not a given. The mirror method. You give her back her vigor. She seems cold and distant. You are colder and farther away. The woman is not kind. You're firing. The woman says she will go. You left your feelings behind. Not little or childish. Show her that you can keep up with her and give her silly awards for playing dumb games. You may have noticed that women can affect history. Everything you did for her is gone. All the times you put her first, the sacrifices, and the compromises. A memory that has been lost. Once you said no, that's it. This makes it pointless to justify what you did in the past. She has a false sense of reality. She's feeling a lot. She's always thought of you as the bad guy and her as the victim. It's hardly a power move to act joyful without her. Real happiness without her. Everything changes when you realize you don't need her and would rather live without her drama, games, and never-ending tests. When the crown stays on, total vanishing. People don't talk about these weapons. No, they aren't weapons. The truth is, you're not lying when you say she can be replaced. Yes, she is. There are billions of women in the world. You aren't lying when you say you don't dread losing. Why worry about losing someone who makes your life worse? You are real when you are happier without her. Not getting into fights or being manipulated makes you happier. The issue is that most guys assume that love equals pain because of romantic dramas and love songs. They think it's bogus if it doesn't hurt. They think of envy as passion, control as care, and manipulation as investment. They've learned that relationships need work, sacrifice, and giving up some things. This is the truth. The right individual is easy to connect with. It moves. It makes your life better. What does a man do when he finds out that his wife has been telling all of her friends for years that he is weak, uninteresting, and that she could do better? A lot of men are told they're overly sensitive or that they're talking like a woman. But once he said, "You're right, you could do better, and I can. Get better together." The next day they got a divorce. After 6 months of trying to get him back, she became the wonderful wife he had always wanted. The pattern. They just care about what they could lose. What doesn't need them is valued. What people want is what goes away. Manipulation without consciousness. It goes deeper. Biological. It changes. A cat doesn't care about a toy that isn't moving, but it goes crazy over one that is. The agreement method goes beyond just talking. You don't care about her drama. You leave because it's too much. No playing back when she plays. Playing games is childish. Look for someone older. You don't ask her to love you. You know the relationship isn't intimate, and you look for closeness somewhere else or never. You need to understand something basic. Women are always looking for limitations. What is your limit? What did they get away with? How much power do they have? Not even aware most of the time. Like water that is level. If you give people too much control, the water will flood and ruin everything. Every man thinks his situation is unique. Don't get it. She is different. There are a lot of things going on in our relationship. There is history, number. Your situation is not unique. Your wife is the same. Your relationship is easy. You're just another man who lost to old ways. The only thing that changes is whether you wake up or sleep. Do you want to know anything interesting? Women are afraid of what males say, yet they need it. A woman is miserable when her ego is out of control. Her crown is too big to see past, and she has full control over everything. She is bored. She isn't happy. Why does she feel empty when she has all she needs? You are not just saving yourself when you take off that crown, refuse to play games, and stand up and get your strength back. You're helping her, from herself. Power without limits becomes monsters. She is unhappy since she is with a man who doesn't appreciate her. Most of the time, men won't do it. They'll watch this video, agree with everything I say, and nod. They'll go back to saying, "Yes, darling," walking on eggshells, and dying more every day. It's simpler, because it's something I know. Because they are more afraid of disagreement than of losing themselves. What happens when men are so broken that they forget to respect themselves? They say they're sorry ahead of time. They don't know they're failing tests. They think manipulation is normal. They give 1,000 reasons. I won't hurt her. She doesn't care about how you feel, brother. Don't let her go. You do. I want companionship. You are. There is only you and one other person in the room. Use these words, do these things, and speak out for yourself without being rude. It's not being a jerk. Being real is important. Being honest is important. Telling the truth in a relationship where you've been lied to and used. You are right when you claim she's not special. She isn't. It's honest to show that you aren't afraid of losing her. Why worry about losing something that hurts? You accept the truth when you're happy without her. Happiness without strife, of course. Women are afraid of these words, even though they aren't harmful. Tools for building. They're the building blocks for fixing a relationship or beginning over without someone who doesn't deserve you. You make the choice. You can keep being afraid, walking on eggshells, and getting smaller to fit under her growing crown. You can tell her what she needs to hear but is afraid of. You might be able to show her that you don't care, even while you do. Don't be the young man who fails every test. Be the man she wants you to be. One last thing. Not every woman is afraid of you leaving her. You will stay, but you won't need her anymore. To be there in person but not emotionally. You might not feel anything when you gaze at her. No anger, love, or hatred. Nothing. Because then she knows she has lost her power. The crown goes away at that point. The red button is in front of you. If you push it, a man will wake up and say what needs to be said, no matter how she feels about it. Or don't push it and spend your whole life as an extra in her one-woman show, forgetting that you were intended to be the star. Keep in mind that she doesn't care if she loses you. You don't seem afraid about losing her. She doesn't care that you're leaving. She is afraid that you will stay uncaring. She isn't afraid of your anger. She is scared that you don't care. She isn't afraid of what you said. She is afraid of how honest you are. Be smart about how you use these words. Don't use them too much. But when the lies have gone too far, the crown has grown too big, and your self-respect is on life support, use them without hesitation, apologies, or mercy. The only thing worse than saying what women are afraid of is not being able to.